If you've ever had that gut feeling about someone, that quiet inner voice whispering, something's off, or this is the one, only to later find yourself second guessing, doubting, or ignoring it completely, then you know how frustrating or confusing it can be to figure out whether it was your intuition speaking or it was your fears running the show. Trust me, I've been there so many times. I've felt that deep knowing in my body about a relationship or a decision, and sometimes I've trusted it, and it's led me exactly where I needed to go. Other times, I've overridden it, told myself I was overthinking, or convinced myself that I needed more proof before I could act. And more often than not, ignoring my intuition led to unnecessary pain. The thing is, intuition is not loud, it's not pushy, it doesn't scream or argue. It's subtle, it's steady, it speaks in whispers, feelings, sensations, and quiet knowing. And because it's so gentle, it's very easy to let the louder voices of fear, logic, or other people's opinions drown it out. So, how do you tell the difference? How do you actually learn to trust your intuition in love and in life without confusing it with wishful thinking, anxiety, or old wounds? That's what I want to share with you today. Not just the why, but also the how. Practical ways to start listening to yourself with more confidence. First, let's talk about what intuition actually is. Intuition isn't magic or guesswork. It's your subconscious mind and body processing information faster than your conscious mind can. It's the sum of your experiences, patterns you've picked up, subtle cues you've noticed, and even nonverbal signals that your brain records, but you might not consciously process. It's wisdom that comes through without your needing to think through every step. It's a whole system, consists of your brain, your body, and the collective consciousness. In love, your intuition might show up as an unexplainable comfort with someone you've just met, or a quiet discomfort that you can't put your finger on. It might come as a sudden knowing that you're about to be ghosted before it actually happens, or a feeling that someone is safe, trustworthy, and aligned with your values long before you've collected enough data to explain why. But here is where we get stuck. Many of us have had our intuition overridden for years. Maybe you grew up in an environment where your feelings were dismissed. Maybe you were told to be nice, even when someone made you uncomfortable. Or maybe you've been in relationships where your reality was questioned, where gaslighting made you doubt yourself. Over time, you learn to ignore those subtle signals and rely on logic, other people's opinions, or the loudest voice in the room, and sometimes the loudest voice in your own head. The first step in rebuilding trust with your intuition is to create a safe, quiet space where you can actually hear it. That means slowing down and get quiet. It means pausing before making big decisions, even in love. We live in a culture of speed, fast dating, fast texting, fast commitments, and that speed can drown out your inner knowing. Slow down the pace enough for your intuition to catch up to your choices. When you feel drawn to someone or to an opportunity, notice what's happening in your body. Do you feel an expansive openness in your chest? A grounded sense of calm in your stomach? Or do you feel tightness, shallow breathing, tension in your jaw? Your body is often the first place where your intuition speaks. For example, I once met someone who, let's just put it simply, hot. He has all the right things. He love bombed me, and the chemistry was strong. But somehow, I could never fully trust him. And often, when we're just chatting random stuff, I would feel unease or notice this subtle heaviness in my chest. Not anxiety exactly, but a weight. My mind kept saying, he's a keeper. You've got to stop overthinking. But my body wasn't lighting up. Until later, I found out he was toxic. And he even admitted it to me himself. I'm too toxic for you, he said. You see, my body and my subconscious mind knew it way before my mind could rationalize it. But I chose to ignore it. One of the most practical things you can do is keep an intuition journal. This is where you write down moments when you get a gut feeling, positive or negative, before you have proof. Describe the situation, what you felt in your body, what thoughts or images came up, then later see what unfolded. You can even just do an audio journal and just record your thoughts right there, right then. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns and you see that when your body speaks in a certain way, it's often right. This builds evidence that helps you trust yourself more. Another powerful practice is to notice the difference between intuition and fear. Fear is loud, chaotic, urgent. It pushes you to act quickly to avoid something from happening. Intuition, on the other hand, is calm, even when it's warning you. It's the difference between I must text him right now or I'll lose them versus this doesn't feel aligned, even though I can't explain why. Intuition feels like clarity, not panic. If you are in the early stages of dating or making a life choice, try ask yourself, if I remove the fear of losing this person or this opportunity, what would I feel? That question can help you strip away urgency and hear the deeper truth. There's also an emotional honesty required to hear your intuition. Sometimes we don't want to hear it because it tells us something inconvenient, like this person isn't right for you, even though you've already invested months, or this job isn't aligned, even though it's stable and well paid. Trusting your intuition sometimes means making decisions that don't make sense to other people, or it might even mean pain, but it feels deeply right to you. And yes, that can be scary. In love, especially, it's easy to confuse chemistry with compatibility. Chemistry is electric, magnetic. It can feel like destiny, but compatibility is steady, safe, and nourishing. Your intuition is much better at detecting compatibility than your mind is if you give it space to speak. When you meet someone new, check in with yourself beyond the sparks and ask, do I feel safe to be myself here? Do I feel seen? Or am I already performing to win them over? Your intuition will notice the answer before your mind does. One technique I use with clients is called body based decision making. When you're torn between two choices, imagine choosing one. Immerse yourself with that decision fully, and then notice your body's reaction. Then imagine choosing the other. Which feels lighter? Which feels heavier? Which brings your breath deeper? And which makes it shallower? You can use this for small choices at first: what to eat, whether to go to an event, etc. And over time, your body's signals become easier to interpret. You can then start using it for something deeper. I also recommend creating daily quiet space for your intuition to surface. This doesn't have to be meditation in the traditional sense. It can be walking without your phone, sitting with your morning coffee in silence, journaling without agenda, and just let your thoughts flow. We often think we can hear our intuition on demand, but just like any relationship, it needs regular connection, not just when there's a crisis. If you want more practice, another way is to reflect on your past. Think of a time you ignored your gut and regretted it. What signs did you have? How did your body feel? Now think of a time you followed your intuition and it led to something beautiful. What was different in how that inner knowing spoke to you? This reflection strengthens the link between past experiences and current trust. And remember, intuition doesn't mean you would never make mistakes. It's not about becoming psychic. It's about becoming attuned to yourself so your choices align more often with your truth, even when things don't turn out how you hoped. If you followed your intuition, you can stand in the peace of knowing you honored yourself. In love, trusting your intuition might mean walking away from someone who looks perfect on paper but doesn't feel right in your bones. It might mean giving a chance to someone who doesn't really match your type but feels emotionally safe and aligned. It might mean slowing down even when everything feels exciting because you want to truly see the other person for who they truly are, not just who you want them to be. In life, it might mean taking a leap into something new without all the details figured out, simply because you know deep down it's your path. It might mean saying no to opportunities that glitter but don't feel true or aligned. Or it might mean standing firm in your boundaries even when others push back. And here's the truth: the more you act on your intuition, the stronger it becomes. Just like a muscle, it builds with use. At first, it may feel shaky, like you're guessing, but each time you listen and see the results, your trust deepens. I want you to know that you're already equipped with this inner compass. You've had it since you were a child, before the world told you to doubt yourself. You knew how to feel your way through life. This isn't about learning something new. It's about remembering something ancient within you. So the next time you feel that quiet nudge, pause, breathe, and listen. Even if you can't explain it to anyone else, honor it. That small act is how you build a life and a love that's truly yours. I'll see you in the next video.